So now we're going to look at your John Thompson and page 29. But just before we do that, let's just go through our stave in music. Okay, so we've got here our sign is our treble clef sign, and the stave are the 5 lines that are drawn across. That's called our stave. Then the notes in music are plotted on either the lines of the stave or between the lines, which are called the spaces. So there are 5 lines, if I count them from the bottom to the top, and between those lines there are 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And then sometimes, like this note here, which is G, that will be just above the stave. And sometimes we have a note just under the stave, which would be D. There it is there. Okay, but the spaces between the lines of the stave, there are 4 of them. And we read from the bottom. So the bottom one is F. The next one above would be A, and the next one above would be C, and the top one here would be E, which we've talked about spells the word face. So if I look at my finger drill, I can work out what note that is because it's a space note. It's on the 1, 2, 3rd space, and if I spell my word face, F-A, C is the 3rd letter, so the 3rd space up, and the 3rd letter of face is C. So I know that note is C. Then this one here is on the 1, 2, 3, 4th space of the stave. So using my word face, F-A-C-E. So I know that note is E. Now this one here doesn't fit in that word face because it's going above and outside of the stave. So that one, I'm afraid we just have to learn it as a note on its own, and sometimes I call it high G because it's just a way of remembering that particular note there. Okay, so just try and think about how you're reading your 5-line notes or your 4 space notes in your treble clef. Okay, so I'm just going to play the finger drill now. So we're starting with my little thumb on the C. There are skips between all of these notes because they're all space notes. Then I go to D, high G, that's F, that's D, C, E, high G, E, and finishing on C, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I also suggested that it might be a good idea if you go through and read those notes to yourself, C, E, G, E, D, and G, and so on. Okay, all right, now looking at Little Bo Peep, you did very well with your right hand. Just remember these rests that are in the music. So we've got, at the end of the first line, we have a 2-count note, and the 3rd count, because we're in 3 beats in a bar, is a rest. So I should hold that F as it would be. 1, 2, and 3 is a rest. 1, 2, rest. Or you can say 1, 2, sh. Say sh, because a rest is a quiet sound, or no sound. Okay, and then the left hand you've played through very well. Just make sure you start on middle C, but with your 2nd finger, not your thumb as you might be used to, because further down the page we have to use middle D, which we need the thumb. So make sure you start with your 2nd finger on middle C. And then the only other thing I've picked up is counting. So when we have these minims followed by crotchets, minim, crotchet, we need to make sure that we count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, sh. So I point to where I'm playing from the G. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, sh. So just careful counting there, and any time you see the minim followed by the crotchet rhythm. The other counting is the here and the same at the end, because this is the tie sign between the 2 notes. So we need to hold 1 note, but for 3 counts plus another 2. So when I get there, which is note D in my right hand, I will be playing and counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, sh. And the same with the left hand, and the same at the end there. Okay, so I'm just going to play all the way through that piece now with both hands together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, sh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tie. 1, 2, sh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tie. 1, 2, sh. The last 4 bars, you may just have to spend a little bit more time practicing those, because that's a little bit more difficult with the 2 hands there. Let me just play from the E in the right hand and the middle C in the left hand. 1, 2, here, be careful. 2, 3, 1, 2, sh. And I think the other place that you went a little bit wrong was the end of the first line, making sure you go to F there. Okay, it doesn't go back to G, it goes just to F. So I think you've written a number 4 above there to show that it's your 4th finger.